got
Good.
the candles, the Buddha, you look amazing.
Good going.
Is that better?
I want the light. Hey, Bianca.
Or you want more light?
Matt, look over here, honey. It's dark.
I'll tell them, I'll give them more light on the camera. There?
That's getting better. It's good, but you don't see the brick.
Right, so there's
It's
the trade-off.
either him or the brick. I think he cares more about
Yeah.
the bricks.
Thank you.
I don't think so, it's on brick and I will try to, I'll throw a little light this way for him.
That's why you need to put a picture back there next time, but you don't have to do that now, but eventually.
Beautiful.
God, I look so tired, man. Look at my
You
eyes.
look okay. You look good.
It looks like those monitors aren't true
Hey,
monitors,
Drita.
right?
No, just that thing.
Yes, the monitors aren't true, they look
And we
fine.
can't light him differently?
You know, like that.
No, I'm fine. I mean, are you having it? Or would you rather?
Whoa.
Oh, that's nice. Let's blow them out. Let's blow us both out.
But it's not going to give him a shadow on the other side.
Yeah.
No, there's no shadows. We're good on shadows.
Yeah, there's no shadows. I don't see any.
But do whatever you just did, do a little bit of that because that helps with,
Looks
you know.
great, let's go.
Wait, what
Matt,
did
you
you just
couldn't
do
look
though?
bad if you tried.
Fixed them, right?
No, because then you turned it off. What did you just
Oh, he turned the light more this way.
Light on.
You
I'm
want
gonna
more?
wash them out. Can't wash them out.
I mean, it's better.
I'd like to be washed out. There's less wrinkles with
Yeah, it's too bright.
I don't care.
Aren't they usually from above more?
Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's better, but yeah.
It's my own time.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think it's all right. I think
As
it'll
long
be.
as he's happy.
Alright, so starting up the middle camera.
We'll have to work on it for the next one.
All right, so I'll come out. We'll go into that camera. I'm going to say, hey, I'm Matt Gallant. And you're going to
Victoria's in charge of.
say who you are. I'll say, I'm
Do I
Matt
have
Gallant.
flyaways? It's hard to see with this because I don't have the monitor. It's hard to get a.
No, it looks good. Because so that's our main camera right here. This is when we're addressing the camera, we're going to this one.
Well, I'm going to this one.
No. When we're at the open, you want to talk to that camera because it's
Oh,
a two-shot.
Oh, it's a two. Oh,
So this is
it's a bad angle.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
Okay.
So the opening shot is going to be
Because I want to be
this.
straight. I don't want to be turned. So I'm going to turn this way then. For the opening.
I'm going for 9 minutes. I'm cutting this and I'm re-rolling with it. When you tell me.
Yeah. So when we open,
See, that's what I
it's a
didn't like
two-shot
before.
here, and then they're going to go. And then you're going to talk. When we're just talking, I'm going to look at you, and we're just going
Don't
to
look at
chat.
cameras.
Except
But
at
for the
open.
open.
In the open, in the middle.
Okay. Well, I want a straight shot for the opened.
There you go. Straight shot at Chelsea.
It'd be so funny.
Is that okay to pull in a little bit? Alright, so the two shot?
Definitely won't see the candle. I definitely won't see the candle. All right.
Mine's to
ready?
pull in a little, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a tiny bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's better visually.
Is this with the lens you
Who
pulled?
cares about the candle? We want to. Oh God.
I am a filmmaker. Hang on.
So thank you. She's good. Pull in tight on the beginning, always. Let's see, this thing is going to be going skew. I should
Is
put
it
tape.
focused?
Anybody have any tape?
What do you need tape for? Oh, is it making noise now?
No, it's just moving.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll listen
Yeah.
for it.
Okay.
No, it's not a listen, it's a look.
Yeah.
All right.
Should I remove this one? Or leave it?
You get an iPad back there.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're Ghost. What was the second one?
The one.
Right. Okay.
And then we'll look on Facebook. with
Okay. And I'll be like,
Who is
well,
not the one?
I'll tell you who's not the one. I've got a lot of experience with that.
Yeah. Come on. Stay. We're really going to be starting the show soon. Facebook Livers. Promise. We're really doing it this time.
This is the one that moves though, right? Dark? For a two shot?
Soap opera light.
Are you going to say what you are? We're just going to say our names.
Yeah, I think
Whatever.
I think we just say our names. And I'll say my psychic friend.
And we're back with Shift Happens.
Welcome. Yeah. So we're going to
We're gonna
start. I'll be
make
like,
it
hey,
Shift
I'm Matt
Happens.
Gallant. Welcome to Shift Happens. This is the lovely, the talented, the psychic Michelle Mache.
Doo-doo-doo. Hi, everyone.
So we're gonna have a great show today, right?
I'm Michelle Shea. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll
we
do.
are.
Who's on our show? Who do we have? Yay!
All right?
I'm like-
Start. Here you go. Look at the lady. Stand by.
Can I just change one quick thing?
Sure.
This pillow, here's
Yeah.
why. You need some color.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
You're literally all white.
Ooh,
Everything white around you.
it's.
Some pillow.
Oh,
Just
okay.
something.
Oh, I
that
see it,
kinda
to
gives
break
you
it up?
A little bit of
Oh, I like that. It breaks it up.
color.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I like
No,
that.
You have enough color on that side.
Yeah, that looks
If you
good.
want to put it behind you, whatever. It's just that you need some kind of something going on next to you.
We all need a little something.
I think it's obvious.
No.
Here. Is that comfortable for you?
Sure. Perfect.
Okay, that's better. You can see the balance.
Okay, just keep the center camera most of the time until they start looking at each other. Okay, start the feed when you're ready.
Let me know when.
Now.
I'm going live now on
That's right.
Facebook. Okay, guys, I'm going live now.
You're going live now. Okay, I've been live.
Four.
All right, everybody, welcome to Shift Happens. I am Matt Gallant,
And I am Michelle Mache.
and we have a great show for you today. Tell everybody who's on our show.
We have, many of you know her as the celebrity doula, Lori Bregman. She's also the author of The Mindful Mom to Be, the creative developer of Rooted for Life programs. But she's not just a doula, she's a real woman. Yeah. So we're going to be getting personal with her. Like, what is it like to be a successful woman? She's got a lot going on. And dating. We're going to get some dating advice from her.
Yes, we are. Well, we're going to start off today with something that's very near and dear to Michelle's heart.
Oh my God, we're gonna, I'm paranormal, okay, right? I'm spiritual.
Yes.
So we're gonna be talking ghosts. Yes, ghosts.
Ooh.
Ghosting. Not that kind of ghosting, not spiritual ghosts. Ghosting. What happens when you
Ghosting.
get
You know,
ghosted?
now, a lot of people may not be too up on the lingo, what ghosting
Yeah.
is. Essentially, ghosting is when you have somewhat of a relationship with someone, and then all of a sudden, they disappear.
They ghost you.
Now, we're not talking about you meet somebody for coffee and then you never hear from them. That's kind of normal, I think, especially in LA. We're talking about you've had a few dates, you may have even been physical. Is that the best way to say that?
Yeah, and maybe you've even been dating them more than a few dates and they disappear on you.
And they disappear. And it happens. And it's like, why did it happen? It's
Why
happened.
does it
I don't know, but it happened to me. It happened to me. I never heard of ghosting, okay, until like probably about 6 months ago. Met this amazing woman. She was awesome. We went out like 3 or 4 times. She's like, oh, I can't wait to see you. You're so great. And she goes, I'm going on a business trip.
Okay.
And I'll be
Oh,
back.
the old business
I'll be
trip
back
thing.
on Saturday.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I forgot my iPhone charger. Can I borrow yours? I said, sure, here's the thing. She goes on her trip. I text her, hey, hope trip's going well. I don't hear anything. So I'm like, yeah, wait a few days. Text her again. Nothing. She totally ghosted me. I was sitting there, I was worried she was dead. I literally thought she had died in a
That
plane
would be
crash.
me too.
It was like the worst thing. And I'm sitting there going, what do you do? And I'm going to tell you, I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, oh,
What
man.
did you do? I wouldn't let it lie.
I called and I said, hey, what's up? Are you okay? Just let me know. She's nothing. I texted her and then I was like, shit, I want to get my iPhone charger back. So I emailed her at work because I had her email and I said, can you just send me my charger back? She sends the charger back.
Yes.
With no note.
Oh, I was going to say
nothing.
No.
Just the charger.
Okay.
And I was
Facebook
wow.
Livers, have you had this happen? Go, let us know.
Totally
Text us
ghosted.
now.
And I think it was the craziest thing because I'm like, nothing bad happened. She just disappeared.
And let's look at it. So I've had people on my Awakenings podcast call in about that, somebody disappearing. And sometimes it's wussy. You guys are immature. I thought it was mostly guys that did it, but apparently women do it too. Sometimes
Yep.
people get overwhelmed. I mean, it's normal, a couple dates or 1 or 2 dates to just wind out, it didn't work.
Right.
But if you've had an intimate relationship or months at a time, it can be something very overwhelming happen to that individual. They're afraid of commitment. They didn't realize what was going to be, or they're an idiot.
No, but here's what it comes down to. Listen, people
Respect.
people have issues. People
Yes.
have stuff going on in their lives. It takes 30 seconds or less
Yes.
to text, hey, I met someone. or I don't think this is going where it should
Yes.
go.
And
But-
that's why, Matt, that you and I are talking about this, so that everybody watching this, if you have an inkling to ghost, don't do it. You know, be a mensch. Don't be a wuss. You know, just
Make up a lie. I've made up so many
You can
lies.
just
Like
say-
I got back with my old girlfriend. It's
Here's
better
what you
than
say.
ghosting.
Don't lie. Just say, I'm not ready right now for commitment. I thought I was, or relationship, or I've had a change of heart. I've had to tell guys that before. You know what? I'm not. They
Yeah,
weren't
but
because I was into.
But if somebody
You
said
owe
that,
somebody.
you
It's
do.
humanity.
But if
It's
someone
humanity.
said that to me, I would have been like, you couldn't have said that like 10 dates ago? How many times did I take you to dinner?
Yeah.
What am I, just, you know, what am I?
Well, that's another thing. A lot of ghosties are juggling. You know, some are
Yeah.
some
Yeah, it's true.
are falling in love and they're scared. Some are juggling. But I'm hoping, and in fact, in doing this program, that people get back to respect and humanity,
Right.
and do the right thing.
And it's hard because, you know, when emotions are involved. But I have to tell you, at first I was like, kind of, my
doesn't feel
feelings
good.
were hurt. It
Yeah.
feels terrible.
And
And then my niece who's in college was like, Uncle Matt, you get ghosted. I'm like, what? She goes, you get ghosted.
Yeah.
So I started.
and here's the thing.
Started calling
Listen.
myself Casper.
Older people, baby boomers that are watching, Gen X's, you're not 14 anymore, so don't ghost. I had somebody tell me the other day, they said, well, I'm just doing what my kids do. And I'm like, you're 50. Don't be texting and Facebooking like your kids do.
What kind of way of life is that? I'm doing what my kids do.
Right.
Your kids are staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning on YouTube. Are you doing
Right,
that?
exactly. Some
that's
are.
crazy.
Okay, now let's move on. We
Okay.
had some great questions that came in, email questions, and one of them, we're going to get guy and girl point of view.
That's what we're here for.
That's right. Is how do you know that you have found the one?
The one. Well, I got to tell you, I can tell you guys how you've not found the one. I've got a lot of experience with finding the wrong one. I've got a lot of experience with that. But
so-
finding the one, I think it's. I'm going to let you go with. You start. You go.
Okay.
You
Can I
go.
give you like a relationship coach,
Yeah.
psychologist point of view? Values, principles, and beliefs. I cannot tell you how many people that I work with get involved in these relationships and their values are so misaligned. Their beliefs are so misaligned. And they think, oh, they're going to come around to my way of thinking. You know, you've got the agnostic with the born-again Christian. You've got the Orthodox Jewish person with, you know, with the person that is not. Sometimes those things can be worked out if there's a general approach to life and viewpoint that is similar.
Right.
But you got to think of your values, principles, and beliefs are how you navigate the world, your life and the world. It's your worldview. So unless there's some compatibility there, you're like
Right.
looking like you've had some that aren't.
yeah.
And so you got to ask right away, and don't just ask because people. Let me get. And in the couple's journey, there are a few phases in a relationship. There's what we call the projection phase or the
Right.
merging phase, and that's where everything's romantic. You want everything to be the same. That's actually not when the true relationship starts. It starts in what we call the disappointment phase. After the disappointment phase, when you realize, oh, this person is really like this and not like this, they were kind of just agreeing with me just to get
Yeah.
along.
Wah,
Then you
wah.
move into negotiating differences. That's where the real relationship comes in because
Right.
then you go, oh, let's negotiate, let's compromise. Now let's make a commitment. And then you move into the creative phase. Most people stay in the projection phase with totally, like I said, misaligned values, or their beliefs are so different, their approach to life is so different.
And then they wonder, gee, why isn't this working out? And it's sort of like you're an apple and they're a screwdriver.
Exactly.
You
You,
know
can
what I
be
mean?
an apple and an orange, but not
Right.
an apple and a screwdriver.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
So I would say, to this person that asked the question is look at your values, principles, and beliefs. Look how that person is living their lives. Look at the choices, and women, this is for us. Look at the choices that they're naturally making without you trying to change them.
That's a great point. And I think
Right?
we could play too, Michelle, and I think a lot of people know this. It's age. When you're younger, it's, the lust factor, the body, or
yeah.
how much fun are we going to have?
Have you not been on Tinder, Matt? That's still going on.
Well, it is, but
That's-
as you get older, though,
If you mature,
as you mature,
if you get more conscious,
right,
yes.
become more conscious, you're
Yeah.
looking at those things.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've had a lot of oh my God, you're the one. Oh no, you're not. And you sit there and you go, ugh. And it's because I was trying to turn women, I don't want to say bad girls because they weren't bad. I was trying to turn a pear into a watermelon.
Let's pursue this. Yeah.
It's a little fun. They were fun.
Okay.
Fun, I'm not saying they were just fun. They were fun girls. And fun girls usually don't make great long-term girlfriends.
Okay. Woo-hoo.
Doesn't.
Hold on. I love this because this is something that many women want to know about. Men tend to categorize when they're dating.
Yes, 100%.
Let's talk about that. And a lot of women don't want to believe that. But they're, like you said, the fun girl or there's the transition. Let's, since we got you on the couch here, how do you know where you're fitting in? Because I know where you're fitting in, but a lot of women don't. They delude themselves. So how would somebody know? First, just tell us the categories, and how would a woman know that she's being put in a certain category?
Well, I think it's how the guy treats you. Okay? If this dude is taking you out and he's taking you to just like dive bar after dive bar, right? Oh, let's party, let's get messed up. Okay, you pretty much know that's who you are to him.
Okay.
You are going to be, you're a plaything.
Right.
It's not long term. This is how much fun can I have, right?
I mean, what about Netflix and ordering in if he always wants to watch a movie?
That's just you straight up just want to fool around.
Okay.
That's just sex.
Okay.
And I don't want to spend any money on you. I don't want to invest in you financially or emotionally, but I do like you physically. Netflix and chill. Yeah. And then there's the other ones though. When you really, I know in my life and with some of my friends, when you really like someone, okay, you're going to take the time, a little bit of time. You know, you're not in the rush. You're going to go to the dive bar. You're going to have that, but it's not going to be just that.
Right.
It's going to be doing things where you can have shared positive experiences. Let's do a picnic. You're a little bit more romantic. If a guy's really romantic with you, I think he's invested in you. If you're just Netflix and chilling, or you're, going to the dive bar, hey, let's just get drunk. Yeah, that's what you are.
Okay.
And if you want to be a thing, then that's what you are. It happens for men too.
Does it really?
I don't know.
You don't.
It's happened to me. When I come over and watch a movie, I'm like, yeah, I do.
But what about there might be that girl that invites you on the movie and it just is about movie and popcorn?
It's never just like it's never that.
Never?
No, come on. Now,
I've done that before.
I guarantee your guy was super disappointed when he left.
Well, he's a nice guy. He respected me.
Well, I respect women too, but I'm saying, but when you're in a relationship and you're established, yes, you do watch movies. Okay. But when you're just at the beginning and the dude invites you over, or the woman says, hey, you want to come over and Netflix and chill, you're basically...
In the beginning.
In the beginning. You're sitting there going, somebody's going to get lucky.
Okay.
And I hope it's me.
So what is like 3 months in, 4 months? When would
no,
you
even
say?
A month. I'd say a month, 6 weeks. Depends how much you've done.
Okay.
And it depends, again, I think for women, if a guy is being super romantic, then you mean something to him. If he's just kind of blowing you off and being like, hey, you want to hang out? You're just transitional or you're a plaything. I'm just saying.
Good to know, women.
Yes, yeah. Not that I've done that. Not that I've done that.
Well, there is a turning point for men, right?
I think we all have, yeah. Of course.
There is a, let's see if we've got any questions. Any questions in the livers? Let us know. We've got a lot of people watching and listening. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, they're like, hey, great. What are they talking about?
There's a tripod. What are they talking about?
What are they talking about? But I think really what it comes down to is, if you have to ask yourself, where am I in this relationship? You have your answer. You know, if you have to ask yourself, does this person like me? Is this person really invested in me? You have your answer. No. Because if you know they are, you're not asking that.
But there is a certain part of the relationship where there is the unknown, where you're not sure.
Right.
Either way.
Right.
You might think they're not that into you, and then they turn out they
are.
are.
We're talking like extremes. I mean, you can totally tell. And I know in my life personally, when I was kind of into a girl and just, see where it goes, I was a little bit more casual. But when I was like, oh my God, she's the one for this month or this year, then I was more invested. Yeah.
And it's interesting because as we're talking, there is a lot directed towards, I think for women, on the man setting, a lot of times, setting the pace.
Right.
And I'm just wondering, I mean, you know, we are in a different time now with the Me Too movement, Time's Up, which
Right.
I don't just really see that as sexual assault or sexual harassment. I'm really going to go to the core of it, which is a lot about power.
Wow, we're getting
empowerment.
serious here. Whoa.
Oh, I'm ready.
Whoa.
Are you guys ready? I'm ready.
Sweating. No, but it is an empowerment, and it's about women, you know, being strong who they are and having a voice. And I think it's amazing. I'm all for it. But it
yes.
makes it hard, I think. I've known a lot of women who are super powerful, super on point with everything they do, and they're having a tough time dating. And that's something I'm glad you brought that up. That's something I think we should talk about.
Yeah. I think it's hard to, and maybe when our guest gets on, we'll
Yes,
ask
Lori,
her as
Lori
well,
will
because
know.
she's
Lori.
very busy. I think you look back, you know, definitely 50s, all the way, let's say, to, you know, 1800s, but, you know, you had to get married.
Right.
And, you know, women were considered chattel at one point.
Wait, what?
Chattel.
What's chattel?
Don't you
I don't even know what that means. I thought you said cattle, and I'm like, that is
It's kind of
awful.
like cattle. It's yeah,
Women aren't cattle.
possession.
No, don't say that.
No, but they were looked at as possessions,
Right,
you know.
you're right,
and so
yeah.
I feel like there is this empowerment, but not to lose sight of more of the feminine qualities. I think women can be women. They don't have to be trying to be women in the world in a man sort of way. I think women are still finding their grounding on that.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because I think in the business world, especially in television, if you're too soft or you're too vulnerable, you get live. Really in any workforce, right? So how do you then turn that off as a woman when you want to go out, right? Because who's wearing the pants?
Right, but let's say maybe not turn it off, but channel it differently.
Right, channel it different. That's
and
better.
maybe
Yeah.
instead of using more of left brain thinking or coming from the ego, it's more of the intuition of what to do. Which I think if more women use their intuition
Right.
and trusted themselves more, decisions would be a lot different.
That's
That they would
a
be,
very good point. You know what we should do?
what should we do?
We should ask Lori about it.
Well, yeah.
What do you think?
She'll know. I think it's a good idea.
So here's what we're going to do. When we come back, Lori's going to come on out. We're going to ask her a bunch of questions. And just remember, shift is happening.
Right now and right here.
Hello, Los Angeles. I am your host and producer, Alex Worley, filming inside Focus TV's West Hollywood studio. Welcome to Empowerista, a show dedicated to highlighting female trailblazers and empowering you to turn your barriers into breakthroughs.
Hey guys, I'm Amy Paprath.
And I'm Justin Walter.
And this is What's Good, the show that's dedicated to positive, uplifting stories from all over the globe.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. I'm Dr. Aaron.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessa Moye.
And we're making history as the first live streaming daily talk show.
This is where all kinds of shit happens.
Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles, at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Alyssa Goodman Show. So Kelly, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Alyssa. This is so fun.
I know.
What's up, Rosé girls? I'm Jessica Carroll. Today we're gonna have so much fun because we have fitness personality Katie Austin.
Hey,
we're
thanks for
having
having me
Rosé
on.
with
Cheers.
Katie Austin.
I love it. It
Cheers.
feels like a Saturday.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Millennial Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and today we are joined by the very beautiful former Miss California and now a TV host, Natasha Martinez. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
You are tuning in to Slay with Rachel McCourt, and I have a fabulous guest. In studio with me is Liza Glukoff. She's just been named executive producer of programming at Awesomeness TV. I mean, no big deal, but huge. Hi.
Thank you.
Hi.
Are we so excited right now?
We are so excited.
I mean,
Thank
we
you for
have
having me.
roses, we have perfect lighting, we've got some Spa Girl vodka in case we get a little crazy.
Hey, Dr. Aaron here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth, having a conscious conversation in the heart of Hollywood. And I'm honored to have the guest today, who is Christina Pascucci, who is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's an honor to be here with you.
Aw.
I so appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Jenna Barnett with Millennial Mom on Focus TV. And today I have Jennifer Yen here today to chat with me about all things mom related. So you actually started your career as an actress and you were on the very famous TV series Power Rangers, right?
Yes, I used to fight them as my first career.
You're watching Beige Bay TV. It's fitness expert and your Beige Bay Edwina Chia. Ladies and genticles, Tiffany Angulo, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. You know, you're my Beige Bay of the week, not only because of your nationality, but because you just seem like the girl who does it all.
Hi everybody, I'm Allie Landry and welcome to Reshape TV. I have created an online platform, ReshapeLive.com and Reshape TV, to provide a place where women can learn from the very best resources for those of us who are striving to reshape our lives and live an optimal, healthy lifestyle.
Hey LA, I'm Gwen Lane with the LA Girl, and I'm here with Liz Hernandez, former TV host at Access Hollywood and now the founder of Wordiful. So excited to hear more about that. Liz, thank you so much for being here today.
Hi Gwen, thanks for having me.
Hi everyone, it's Michelle Gillette, life coach and host of the Spotlight series on Focus TV. And joining us today is our dear friend, Shalini Videra.
And thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm so happy to be here.
You're the perfect person to be here because we love anything that is, women helping other women, women empowering other women.
Hi, I'm Janica. I'm here with Focus TV for my segment of Fearless Females. And today I interview Doriana Richmond. You're gonna love listening to Doriana. Not only is she beautiful, but she's so heartfelt and she has created this amazing jewelry line called Stone Simple.
Hi. Oh, thank you for that introduction.
Yeah,
wow.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Hi and welcome to Everyday Game Changers, a show that features people giving back to their community. I'm your host, Annalise Getz, and today we are joined by Rolanda Watts. Rolanda is a stand-up comedian, she's an actress, she's a television personality, and she is a philanthropist, which is why she's here today. So thank you for joining us, Rolanda.
Thank you for having me. A joy to be here.
Today on Moms Matter, we're going to talk about money, 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 something that we all struggle with and we need help with, and that's why we have the fabulous Winnie Sun, who's here with us today.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much. I know you've been on MSNBC and Forbes, and you are the money expert.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a new magical episode of Soul Reboot. I am your host, Allison Charles. Please welcome and meet this powerful divine queen whose name is Daphne Wayans. I am so happy to be here with you.
I'm so honored to be here.
To Shift Happens, we've got our special guest with us. Who is it?
We've got Lori Bregman with us, celebrity doula, creator, developer of Rooted for Life program as well. And also, she does these amazing fertility smoothies. It's got a lot of great stuff coming on. Welcome, Lori.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's
so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. I know you're super busy. I mean, you work with so many people around the country. Doing something that is so amazing and such a special gift that you have. Your book has been on the Amazon bestseller list, which is, you must be so happy about that.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Yeah, you've helped so many people and you continue to help so many people with your programs. Let me just ask you really quickly, what gave you the impetus to want to help people this way, and especially women at this special time in their life?
I think I was always drawn to it. I feel like, when I took my doula training, they said there was a reason that I got into this. Something happened in my life, and it always goes back to my mom's pregnancy with me and my mom's birth with me, and how it shaped me as a person and how I came into the world, and then how I healed and how I lived from that place. Mm-hmm. So now I really try to support women through pregnancy and birth. So, because the better they feel, the better their kids are going to feel.
Absolutely.
Good point. That is really cool. I'm just really curious. What is this fertility shake? Seriously, that is kind of cool. It's cool, but it's also like, whoa.
I have a fertility smoothie, a
Mhm.
pregnancy smoothie, and a more milk, like a breastfeeding smoothie.
There you
So
go.
I teamed up with Beaming, and they sell them there
Oh,
in
nice.
Los Angeles. And I just started playing around. First, I was thinking, well, if I'm going to get pregnant someday. And then one of my celebrity clients was trying, and I whipped her up a smoothie, and she started drinking it, and then she got pregnant, and then she posted about it, and then it went viral. And
Wow.
so,
Do you do a lot of research for the smoothies and things that you
Oh,
do
yeah.
to see? Oh, you do. Okay.
yeah. So I do tons of research, and I just finished nutrition school. So
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I've been, really doing that, a lot of, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so here at Shift Happens, we like to really get behind the scenes, and I know people know your public self, and a lot of people, so admire you and respect you, and I'm sure, women watching this saying, I'd like to do something that, that I feel fulfilled doing. How do you balance your busy lifestyle, not just dating, but just in general with a personal life? Do you have a personal life? Because you're really busy.
Yeah, I do now.
Okay.
But I was, a couple years ago, I was dating somebody, and then I dated somebody right after him, and it just didn't work out. And I felt like I was attracting the wrong guys. And I think I was really, now that looking back, I was kind of manifesting them from my ego more than my truth. So I took a little sabbatical and just said, I don't know if Prince Charming's coming. I'm just going to focus on myself and build my empire. And some guys came into my life over the last couple of years, and great guys. I just was like, everybody stay away from me, because I just wanted to, focus and build my career. And then I built it, and then I just had to restructure because it was too busy. I had no life at all. And now I've carved out some time to pull in a relationship.
What's different? What do you think the big switch was for you from attracting the wrong kind of guys to, guys that you're like, yeah? Because there are a lot of people out there that are like, I keep getting all these jerks in my life. What is it? What did you do? What was that moment?
The moment was after I kind of my own thing, and I have my own security now. And also just taking the space to really, I moved up to Topanga, so I'm in nature, and it kind of I feel like it brought me back to my true self.
Right.
So in that space, I was like started to hike, and I was like, oh wait, I love this like creative, kind of outdoorsy, adventurous kind of guy. That's
Right.
really more my truth instead of some of the people I was dating before.
So you really get to know yourself, and that makes
That's
a lot of
what I'm
sense.
hearing.
You got to really know yourself.
You're saying, and I think if people take, more time to know themselves, then they're going to know what's right for them. I mean, because how can you choose the right person if you don't even know yourself? You don't know what you're choosing, really.
And I think also not manifesting from that void. I feel there's a quote that I love that said, be careful, watch out for that person who's not afraid to be alone. Or, because that's a force.
Yeah, you say manifesting from the ego and now from your truth. Can you share a little bit of that for our
I kind of was
viewers?
like, this is what I should be with.
Ah.
Right? Or,
yes.
And thinking that this is maybe what my family conditioning or societal said, and instead of now I'm really like, it's what I'm attracted to is very different.
That's pretty cool, and it's powerful because I think a lot of us walk around with, oh, well, the world says I should be this kind of person.
Right.
Or advertisers and all this stuff that we get inundated with every day. It's like, you want somebody that's this, 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 and this. And you know what? It doesn't mean that puzzle piece is going to fit everybody.
Right.
But we get into that, we get into that mode, and it can be, I did it.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know until you take the time.
Right.
And pull out and really understand yourself. And we change over time. So sometimes we need something or want something.
That's right.
Different.
And sometimes those people lead you to what your truth is. Like,
Yeah.
I know that sometimes you have to date the wrong people, not the wrong people, but they were the right people at the time, but to guide you closer to really what your truth is.
Exactly, and it's like the old saying, rejection is God's protection, right?
Yes.
So it's not a failure, but every time you meet someone, you learn either what you want or what you don't want. Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. I've learned what I don't want. I know what I don't want, and I know what I want. But it took me, Michelle knows, a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, what you say, is the conditioning. So what I hear you, the takeaway I hear you saying is really getting to know yourself. Don't be afraid to be alone, and meet some of your own goals.
I remember years ago, I could never be alone. Sometimes I was dating. I mean, before I did some deep healing work on myself, I would always have a boyfriend, sometimes two. And I was
wild. Extra just in case.
Yeah, have the backup.
Yeah.
And then I did take some time to be alone, and I think it's really important to be able to date yourself and be okay and like the person you're alone with.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, if you're not okay being alone, and how can you be okay with I mean, you just have to be okay and like yourself. And
I suggest that with couples that I work with, especially the ones who enmeshed, where they're doing everything together. I say you need an individual life, and to date yourself. Take yourself on a date. Do something that's good for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Lori, now as you know, I'm intuitive.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you gonna give me a little reading?
Well, I've been seeing, and it's funny when you mentioned Topanga. So I've been seeing all these evergreens around you. A lot of trees and a lot of mountains. But I'm also picking up not just Topanga, but Colorado.
I was raised in Colorado.
Okay, so that's why.
And it reminds me of Colorado up there.
Oh, it does.
That's why I moved up there.
Okay.
Because I feel like it brought me, brought me back to my true self, which is.
I would say this year is going to be really. This is a transition year for you. I feel like a lot of new stuff is coming up for you. You're going to be branching out more. Probably preparing, I don't know, manufacturing or product, or moving more into not just working one-on-one with people, but more with groups, more writing, probably more with a blog, newsletter. I feel like you're branching out in a different way. I think next year is going to be explosive for you. You're going to be in a whole new direction. As far as relationship, I feel two around you. One is pretty, one's pretty close. Like when I read people, I see things like in circles. So the closer it is, the sooner that it's going to happen, and then the further out the circles go, it's more into the future, or far future. But you've got somebody really close right here coming in, and then I want to say in the fall months, there's somebody else. And what I also want to say is it's so good that you did all this work on yourself, and you're very clear. Because I feel that the person that you're going to attract is really going to get you and not be threatened. Because sometimes guys are threatened by women that are, I hate that successful woman or powerful woman. I'm trying to think of some other terms for that. But they don't know where to fit in sometimes.
Right.
You know, and I think as women, that's partly we need to learn, you know, how do we balance this?
Yeah, that's been a hard one. For me, I remember dating this one guy, and he said, God, I see why you probably have a hard time with guys, because you're like a lot. And I'm like, I'm not really. And I think...
Oh, that's terrible, though, to say.
I know, but a lot of guys
I've heard that you're a lot, and you know, you're not a lot for the right person.
That's right.
That's how I feel.
And that's how it is,
I was like, well, you're not the right person.
Yeah.
But there's, it's hard, too. I think I confuse guys. Sometime maybe you can help me with this. Is, you know, in my work, I do take care of myself, and I am all this stuff. But in relationship, I really am more passive, and I don't want to make the plans, and I want the guy to kind of
be the guy.
Then don't do it in the beginning. That's a lot of things I see sometimes with couples or people that are dating.
I don't do it in the beginning, but it confuses them because they see me in my life and how I live, and they just think that I'm, you know.
But like, the right guy, see, but that's a maturity thing.
Right.
You know, that's like the preschool teacher is not going to be the same with the preschoolers as she is at home, you know, with a husband. So that's a maturity level, and that's usually a guy that's choosing you by what you do to help him. He wants you to be his doula. He wants you to birth him. And that's a big key because it's common sense. It's a maturity thing. It's common sense you're not going to be, an 11-year-old could see that.
Right.
You're not going to be the same in one setting as in another. So that's a big, anybody else listening to this, men or women, when you're dating and somebody is approaching you from that way or making those comments like, oh, I didn't know you're like this, or then that's not a little red flag. That's a huge red flag. That means they're looking to be rescued on some level.
Yeah.
Right.
And people operating with big jars of need, super needy people, will gravitate towards people that have their stuff together.
Yeah.
Because they do want to be rescued.
That's right.
And it's kind of like, whoa.
Or a strong sense of center.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to be able to, you know, be in a faster flow, a slow flow, an inner flow, outer flow. You've got to be able to be full spectrum. You know, and again, I like what you said, Matt. The right person is attracting someone.
Right. So
how
am I going to meet these guys?
The one that's coming up seems to be at a social engagement that's coming up. I want to say probably May, June.
Okay.
And the other one seems to be more, he lives, I feel, up in the hills as well. I don't know if it's near where you live. 2 cars, a little sports car and also something like a Range Rover or something. Dark Range Rover. Nice house, nice grill, indoor, outdoor living, wooden deck.
Good. I like
Yeah.
that.
He's not taking the bus. He's not taking the bus. He has 2 cars. He can afford to take you to dinner, which is always a plus. I'm just saying.
Well, you're ready. I can feel that now. You're
Yeah.
ready. You've got a lot in place, and your schedule is going to be such that you can have somebody come in. That's another thing. You need to have space to let someone in. You
and
need to have time.
I mean, like people would say to me, why are you single? And it was a choice. And
That's what it is, yeah.
And it could have, the right guy could have walked in and I would have not.
But that's, I think nowadays, it's about choice for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You choose to have a relationship and you see the value in it, you appreciate the relationship, you appreciate the person, you can see it as a gift, not a need or necessity, but you choose this path.
Right.
You know, in Hinduism, it's the householder. You choose to be a house, you choose to have a personal life.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're getting pretty close to the end. But before we wrap it up, what's your theory on ghosting?
Well,
And not Casper, we're talking.
I'm going
like,
to be honest, and I'm sad to admit this, but I'm a former ghoster.
What?
Oh yeah, I was in my
Wait
past.
a minute,
I-
time out.
Oh my gosh,
What?
I think you said it now.
Okay.
But
Not
you did
now.
before. Why? Tell us why.
Well, I just kind of was.
Why did you
Because
ghost?
this is before, again, I did any work on myself, but I
Okay.
would just be like, okay, I'm done. And to me, I was just done. And I would just, and also I had problems communicating, so it was just easier just to disappear and cut off than.
No texting, nothing?
I love it.
Well, I don't think we had text.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's
I
correct.
actually had to pick up the phone and call somebody, or like,
Yeah. Did you ever run into one of those guys afterwards?
Yeah, they're like, what?
What happened?
I'm like, I don't know. I just.
You should have just said, look, I did some time in prison. I didn't know how to tell you. I was overseas.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was like a cop out. Honestly, it was just a way it was avoidance. It was a way to just not have to deal with.
I love
communication.
it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. Well,
You
hey,
guys
guess
were
what?
talking about it, I was like, oh, oh my God, I'm a former
ghoster.
But you admitted it. I love it.
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
we're
that's
gonna.
great.
Is it okay if I call you Casper?
No, because I'm not anymore.
She Okay, definitely okay, good.
now I
Just
communicate.
checking.
She's conscious.
Just checking. All right, well-
conscious, aware being.
Lori, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having
It's
me.
been great. I
It's
love
been great.
tuning in for you. Come back anytime.
Yeah, I've been dying to get a reading from you.
Yeah.
You're always so busy.
I know you are busy.
Squeeze you in.
I need a
Squeeze
reading.
Will you squeeze me in?
Well, hey.
Seriously.
This has been great. So
Oh,
great.
We're gonna go right here.
Oh, we're going here?
Guys, thank
Okay.
you for tuning in to Shift Happens. We're gonna be doing some more of these. So if you have any questions or anything, tell them where to go.
Yeah, email me at awakeningspodcast@gmail.com and we'll let you know the next time that we're doing this, which should be really soon. Email us with your questions and topic suggestions as well.
That's
and
right.
let's keep the shift happening.
Yes, thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Don't get ghosted out there.